The first anime where the main character surprises everyone with his power is Bloodlet. This anime tells the story of the powerful vampire that rules this district in the demon world. He is a bloodthirsty and ruthless monster. At least that's what the rumors say about him, because in reality, he's just an otaku, obsessed with Japanese culture and completely uninterested in human blood. One day he falls in love with a Japanese schoolgirl, who accidentally enters hell. Unfortunately for him, she is killed while he's fighting an intruder on his territory. But everything isn't lost yet. Her ghost remains in hell, and our main character embarks on a quest to resurrect her by implanting her spirit and bones in new flesh. And I would be very thankful if you could implant that like button and hit that notification bell. This way you won't lose when I post new videos, with more great anime recommendations. I don't want to get hurt, so I will max out my defense. This anime tells the story of a girl who is invited by a friend to a VR MMORPG. This game has a system that makes you feel some pain when you suffer damage. And as the name tells, she really dislikes being in pain, so she uses all her initial points to improve the vitality status. Early on the game, he luckily acquired two very rare defense skills, the absolute defense and counter skill. The first one gives her defense status a huge boost, and the second one lets her counter every special attack that is cast onto her. With these two abilities she is almost unkillable, and this anime is really funny. The girl is always doing stupid things that somehow end up working. And for the next anime on our list we have I'm a Spider, So What? This anime is quite new, and it tells the story of a girl that was reincarnated as a spider. Initially it is kinda weird to see a spider as the main character, but eventually you are going to get used to it, and the anime is really good. Our main character got reincarnated because a powerful magic passed through dimensions and exploded in her Japanese high school classroom. Everyone in her classroom dies and is reincarnated into an RPG universe. And as I said before, our main character is reincarnated as a spider. But she's not any spider, she's the lowest level of spider that exists. So, as you can see, she starts very weak, but after killing some monsters and even some humans, she upgrades her level and becomes overpowered. Isekai Shit Magician. As you can tell, this one is another Isekai, because I love Isekais. And by the way, tell me in the comments if you also love Isekais. So, this show starts with two high school students being transported to another world, thanks to a strange beam of light. Immediately at their arrival, they get attacked by monsters, but fortunately they manage to kill them. After some time they decided to look for the nearest city, so they could sign up to a guild. And as a good isekai, while signing up on the guild, they soon discover that they have powerful magic. And they will get even more powerful as the series go on, power that they will use to kill monsters and embark on a lot of adventures. And if you like isekai animes with an overpowered main character, when you finish this video consider watching this other one that I made. I bet you will enjoy it. And for the next anime on our list we have Ichiban no Ushiro no Daimaou. Our main character has great magical powers, and he wants to use his powers to change the world to the better. So he decided to go to the Constant Magic Academy, one of the best magic academies in the world. On his first day of arrival, after getting to know how the school works, all students are introduced to a raven that is capable of reading the future, and this raven proclaimed that our main character will become the next Demon King. And after this our main character continues his school life, always trying to prove that he will not become the next Demon King. Kami-tachi. This show tells the story of a man that had a hardship in his previous life, and got reincarnated as a child. After all he suffered, on this new life he decided to live deep in the forest, without any human contact. And he was really enjoying this new life. His hobby became taming various types of slimes, and living with them in his house. One day wherever, he helped some wounded soldiers that he found in the forest. And after a little bit of talking, the soldiers convinced him to visit the nearby town. Our main character went to live with them, and started to learn how to socialize better with people. and also discover that he is actually overpowered, and can control a lot of slimes at the same time, something that no one can do. Gleipnir. This show is kinda weird at first sight, but he is actually pretty good. As always, our main character is an ordinary high school student, and for a reason unknown to him, he has the ability to transform into a monster. And he obviously tries to hide his ability, because he don't want anyone to know about it. One day, he discovered a girl trying to commit suicide through fire. He obviously saved her using his powers, which shouldn't properly be a problem, because she was unconscious. But although unconscious, the girl saw the monster, and after waking up, she found her protagonist's phone that he accidentally left there. At the next day, she decided to confront him at school, and pushed him off a building, forcing her main character to use his powers, so he wouldn't die. And after that, they go together on a journey, to find out how the main character has had powers. Gunjou no Magmell. With the sudden appearance of a new continent known as Magmell, a new era of exploration begins. Magmell has a vast collection of natural resources, never before seen. However, natural resources is not the only thing in Magmell. To support the expeditions, there are people, professionals I must say, who specialize in dealing with Magmell's dangerous wildlife. One of these is our main character, who performs search and rescue operations for clients that need his help. But he doesn't do that alone. He does that with the help of his assistant, Zero, a cute little girl. And just before continuing to the next anime on our list, if you like ecchi animes, consider clicking here on card to watch the other video that I made, where I show you the top 10 good ecchi animes you can't watch in public. The video is really good, so make sure to watch it when you finish this one. I'm standing on 1,000,000 lives. This show is an Isekai, where the main character and two classmates are magically transported to a game-like world. After some time in that world, a weird guy appears, a self-proclaimed game master, who grants them a time-limited quest, and a roll at will to decide which one takes which role. The two classmates of our main character are granted with the roles Magician and Warrior, and our main character unfortunately receives the role Farmer, a weak role with no offensive power at all. And from now on, our main character needs to complete the quests given by the game master if he wants to survive, and he doesn't even have a proper weapon. To make matters worse, his two classmates don't know how to fight, and monsters will try to kill them. And with that said, if you want to know if they manage to survive, make sure to watch the anime. And for the last anime on our list, we have To the Unbounded Sacred Beasts. This show tells the story of the sacred beasts, beasts that were created by the North Empire to win the war. And now that the war is over, the people who can transform into the sacred beasts are being a target of bullying. And to make things worse, these people who can transform into the sacred beasts are losing their humanity. Our main character is old captain of the sacred beasts, and he is given the mission to kill his former comrades. So he, alongside the dogger of one of those soldiers, go on a journey to kill those who are losing their humanity. And if you are on a journey to find more great animes, make sure to check these other videos that I made. And this is it for me guys, hope you enjoyed and stay well.